Here's a number that should bother you. 78% of customers buy from the first business that responds. Not the best one, the fastest one. Marco runs a 4-person plumbing company in Phoenix. He was getting 60 to 70 leads a month from Google, Yelp, word of mouth. Solid volume. But his close rate was sitting at 31%. The reason? He or his guys would finish a job, get busy, and just never follow up with the people who ghosted after the first quote. That's not a sales problem. That's a follow-up problem. And it was costing him roughly $3,200 a month in jobs that went to whoever called back first. The obvious answer is hire someone to manage follow-ups. Marco tried that. He brought on a part-time office assistant at $18 an hour, 20 hours a week. That's about $1,500 a month before you count payroll taxes, onboarding time, and the 2 weeks she spent just learning his quoting system. She also forgot to follow up with leads on Fridays. People ghost on Fridays and convert on Mondays, by the way. The math just didn't work. What he needed was something that never clocks out, never forgets, and doesn't need 2 weeks of training. That's where the automation stack comes in. The setup Marco uses now has 3 moving parts. First, Go High Level. That's his CRM, and it costs him $97 a month. Every new lead from Google or Yelp drops automatically into a pipeline. Second, a simple AI workflow built inside Go High Level that sends a text within 90 seconds of a lead coming in. Not an email, a text. Text open rates are around 98%. Email open rates for small service businesses average closer to 21%. Third, if the lead doesn't respond in 24 hours, the system sends a second message, a different one, not the same copy-pasted text. And on day 4, it sends a third. The whole sequence costs him nothing extra beyond the Go High Level subscription he was already paying. Here's where it gets actually interesting. Go High Level has a built-in AI conversation bot. They call it Conversation AI, that can respond to inbound replies automatically. So when a lead texts back, "Hey, what's your availability this week?" the bot handles it, checks the calendar integration, and offers 2 time slots. Marco reviews and confirms bookings every morning in about 10 minutes. Before this, he was spending 45 minutes a day playing phone tag. Now some people are uncomfortable with AI handling those early conversations. And honestly, that's a fair concern. If a lead asks something specific about a job, like whether you can fix a tankless water heater on a slab foundation, the bot can fumble that. Marco has his set to hand off to him the second someone asks a technical question. That handoff rule is important. Don't skip it. After 90 days, Marco's close rate went from 31% to 47%. That's not magic. That's just not losing people to silence. His average job is around $400, and he's booking roughly 8 more jobs a month he would have dropped before. That's the $3,200. But here's what doesn't work perfectly. The AI responses sometimes feel a little stiff, and one customer complained the first message felt like a robot, because it was. Marco fixed this by rewriting the first text himself in his own voice. "Hey, this is Marco from Desert Plumbing. Saw you reached out about a leak. Want me to swing by and take a look?" That's it. Simple, personal sounding, immediate. The system sends it, but it reads like him. The other real downside, Go High Level has a steep learning curve. It took Marco about 3 weekends to get it working right. There are easier tools. Jobber, for example, has follow-up automation built in and is much simpler to set up, though it has less AI flexibility. If you want to copy this without the 3-weekend setup, here's the fast version. Start with Jobber if you're a service business. Plumber, cleaner, landscaper, HVAC. It has built-in follow-up sequences and takes an afternoon to set up. The base plan is $49 a month. If you want the full AI conversation layer, move to Go High Level later, once you know what your follow-up flow should look like. The mistake most people make is trying to automate a process they haven't defined yet. Write out your follow-up sequence on paper first. What you'd say, when you'd say it, How many touches before you stop? Then build the automation around that. The tech is the easy part, once you know the logic. And one more thing. Always tell people they're talking to an automated system in some way. A simple line like, "This is an automated message from Marco's team," keeps you out of trouble and keeps trust intact. People are fine with automation. They're not fine with being tricked. Marco is not a tech guy. He's a plumber who got tired of losing jobs to competitors who just picked up the phone faster. The tools exist right now to level that playing field without adding payroll. If this is the kind of thing you want to stay on top of, practical AI tools for real small businesses with actual numbers and no hype. We put out a free newsletter every week at IAdigest. It's at IAdigest.com. No paywalls, no courses to sell you. Just the stuff that's actually working. Subscribe and we'll see you in the next one.